Sky News Arabia reports citing Iranian media that there have been 3 large explosions in Isfahan, Iran. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good at all. It's been a good run, boys. So they strike Iran and then they invade Rafah and Biden looks like a doofus. Oh, brother. Should I quit my job and do the bucket list before the nukes drop? I don't know. I do not know what will happen. Reports of near simultaneous airstrikes on Iran targets in Isfahan, homes of nuclear facilities, as well as targeting air bases in Daraa and Suwaida in northern Syria, home to the radar and air defense sites. If they're targeting air defense sites and radar, and it's not a one-off, or maybe it is, I don't know, but it doesn't feel like it would be a one-off. Israeli attacks confirmed. Breaking Israeli missiles. Oh, shit. Pentagon reporter and producer for ABC. Okay, now Israel is confirming that they did hit Iran. A senior U.S. official tells our Martha Raddatz, oh, fuck. That is real confirmation. That's very different than OSINT shit. Nothing ever happens. I mean, it could. Iran could just eat it. You know what I mean? I don't know. If Iran just eats it and then Israel decides not to further escalate, then nothing ever happens, boys will be correct.
That city contains is a facility that converts uranium ore into yellow cake, and eventually that gets enriched and then becomes a nuclear weapon. So the why I think that could possibly be a target, going back to what General Mark said, is because Israel wants to show Iran that it has the capability to reach out and get to that facility. Now, we don't know if that specific facility was attacked. They could have just attacked around a military target around it in there in some cases.
Like, notice how fast they've started talking about how valid this target is. They don't even know what the target is yet. We don't know what the target is, but if it is this, then it's such a good target to hit. I mean, my dick is hard thinking about how dope it was that Israel hit Iranian soil. The attack attributed to Israel in Iran. There is currently no Israeli confirmation. The response was planned in such a way that Iran can contain the attack. Although even for the assassination of the Iranian general, the intelligence did not estimate that Iran would respond with a missile attack. This is actually interesting. This is honest. Exactly. Military correspondent for Khan News says this. As we found out, Israel was like, oopsie, we didn't think Iran would retaliate if we killed a bunch of their fucking generals in a goddamn embassy compound, which they did. Now they're bombing Iranian soil, and I suspect that the consideration is still the same. Will Iran respond? I mean, oops, we didn't think that when they said we are going to retaliate swiftly with all of our might or whatever. I didn't think that that was real. Now, having said that, it might not be. It might not be a real retaliation. Judging by how timid Iranian retaliation has been, how calculated Iranian retaliation has been consistently, while the world is showing that they are going to unconditionally defend Israel and offer political cover for Israel, whether it is doing a genocide or whether it is violating the sovereignty of other countries in the region, and only attack and respond politically when you retaliate, a lot of regional actors feel alone. That the rule-based international order is completely fucking fraudulent, which everyone already knew. So this puts Iran in a weird predicament as well, because it has to demonstrate strength. I do hope that it's just literally nothing. Like, this is just like a silly billy, very, very, very minor, no damage had, just like, oh, we have the capacity to fucking strike you, but we won't type shit. And then Iran's like, yeah, look how humiliated Israel is because they didn't actually hit anything. And the Western media is lying about the damage in order to fucking cope with the reality that Israel is scared of Iran's might. And then we just fucking end it there. Assuming that they have not already retaliated, who knows? Who knows what it might be, but that I feel like is the best possible outcome here. See, okay, there you go. Iranian officials and outlets are claiming that all explosions heard tonight are due to interceptions and that no explosions have occurred on the ground. Dude, regardless of how limited this fucking strike was, it's still insane. The fact that it happened at all is a direct shot, not at Israel, not at Iran, is a direct shot at America. Biden's out here being like, please keep doing the genocide in Rafah. We were lying. We were wrong. We were lying and we were fucking wrong when we said you can't do the Rafah genocide. Just keep genociding the Palestinians. Just don't strike Iran. And then like the next hour, oh, I'm sorry. Did you say strike Iranian soil directly? No, the IRGC did not say they're going to target Israeli nuclear sites in response. The IRGC talked about the potential for striking Israeli nuclear targets earlier before the strike happened. I think that's what you're confusing this with, unless there's something new happening. I can't believe Iran is playing the nothing happened card. I mean, it doesn't seem to be that severe considering that people did hear explosions. There are Iranian chatters and shit, but I haven't seen a single fucking piece of footage, not one, from the actual explosion. That is a little bit unique. And the only thing that you guys have sent me so far have been explosions from other places. Bro, what the fuck?
To this Israeli operation.
What are you doing, bro? What is BRICS info? What is this? What are you doing? Bro, just send me Hinkeldink as a fucking source. This is an educational moment for chatters to understand, like, a little bit more media literacy. Now, some of these accounts will get shit right sometimes. That doesn't mean you should trust them because they do not have a reliable way of verifying information. It's no different to me than sending me like the octopus that picked the right presidential candidate 8 years in a fucking row. It's literally no different than that octopus, okay? I don't know how many fucking picks that octopus made. Why am I watching local news programming right now? Like, BNO News is not great either. But this is at least like something that I've seen a lot. Flytux is a little bit more reliable, I guess. And that's where BNO News is getting their information from. There's been no airstrike in Isfahan or other parts of the country. They only made a failed and humiliating attempt to fly quadcopters and they were all shot down. Yeah, there you go. Iranian state TV is reporting that several small drones were shot down in the airspace of Isfahan province. James Clapper weighed in on CNN. Predicts that Iran may strike back more strongly against Israel than its failed attack last week. I don't know. No. If that was going to happen, it would have happened already, I think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. That is the gamble when you strike Iranian soil. But yeah, here, Itamar Ben-Gvir calling to dismantle the war cabinet yesterday due to their inaction. Pressure was clearly mounting on the coalition internally too. In Gaza, pictures of thousands bathing at the beach. In the north, Hezbollah saw that the conception cabinet was not responding to the attack of hundreds of missiles from Iran into Israeli territory, so it raised his head and took an aggressive step against us that today cost us wounded fighters. It's time to dismantle the conception cabinet. Does he mean war cabinet? Stop the policy of inclusion and proportionality and show our enemies that the landlord has gone mad. The landlord? Does he think that he owns the land all around, like all the way to Israel? Like what's happening? I mean, all the way to Iran? Just what he calls the war cabinet? Okay. As long as the current policy of the conception cabinet continues, unfortunately, absolute victory is getting further and further away. Bro, who's he talking to? Like, sure, there's a lot of further right-wing motherfuckers out there than Benjamin Netanyahu. But it's wild that he's just always getting like 1K fucking likes on tweets like this. It's like, bro, you ain't got the fucking juice. You know what I mean? What is this? God, dude, get on Ozempic, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Make something of yourself. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Go work out, dumbass. Maybe you'll be less hateful, you know? He's like, bro, I swear to God, I'm going to fucking disband the war cabinet, bro. I swear. If you don't let me do genocide right now, I'm going to fucking do it. Here's what we have right now. A couple hours ago, there were reports coming out that there were explosions being heard in Syria, explosions being heard in Iraq, and explosions being heard inside of Iran. Immediately, the explosions being reported inside of Iran being in Isfahan made people think that it was at the nuclear site. However, it seems like, especially because of how limited the information was, it seems like it wasn't that severe. However, it's still a big gamble. Why is it a big gamble? Because you don't know what Iran is going to do in retaliation. And it's especially a big gamble because the United States of America said, don't do it. Even if Israel did not demonstrate their full power, their full striking capability here, it still doesn't matter. Because what if Iran did retaliate? That was always a very realistic outcome, considering that they said they would. The fact that they still tried it to be like, here's our deterrence, either A, means that they just genuinely believe in Iranian restraint, which could be the case, but it's still a fucking major gamble regardless because it's an unknown situation. The point I'm trying to make, I guess, is that it is an unknown escalation that will potentially be met with maybe even disproportionate response from a foreign adversary that America said, don't fuck with them. And they did this right after there were news reports coming out from the Biden team saying, one, we are vetoing the Palestinian statehood recognition for you, Israel. And two, if you want to fucking invade Rafah, go ahead. As a treat, we will let you invade Rafah and continue your genocide. Just please don't strike Iran. The fact that Israel still turned around and struck Iran, albeit with a very anemic retaliation, is still fucked up. It's still a big fuck you. It almost feels like if Biden said, please, Israel, strike Iran, Israel would go, you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to do that. It's like opposite day over there. Whatever Biden says, the war cabinet does the exact opposite. The fuck's happening? So maybe, hopefully this means they won't invade motherfucking Rafah either, because Biden was like, you can invade Rafah. Just kidding. Of course, that's not going to happen. They're going to do both. Does not sound like nuclear sites were targeted. Military targets only. U.S. was notified in advance. Escalation was not the objective. Israel demonstrating its capability to reach inside of Iran at will. That is the step taken tonight to begin restoring deterrence. It's so funny that the FDD guy, Richard Goldberg, is saying this. Like Iran doesn't know that Israel has the capability of reaching inside of Iran. Israel has reached inside of Iran before. The fuck are we talking about? Both through cyber attacks and also with direct targeting. What do you mean? And yeah, he's wrong. The United States was notified in advance, but the United States did not greenlight it. So there's that part too. Senior U.S. official tells Marquardt TA, Alex Marquardt, chief national security correspondent, Israel informed the U.S., but we didn't endorse the response. It's so funny that like this is, I think mathematically, the worst possible outcome for Biden. I can't comprehend it. It literally feels like more of a fuck you to Biden than it is to Iran. Sending fucking like quadcopter drones or whatever the fuck they sent in that will easily be swatted away by any capable country's anti-aircraft defense systems is literally less of a fuck you to Iran than it is to Biden. Especially after Biden was like, don't do it. Don't fucking do it, Jack. What is happening here? It could be multiple different reasons. Like our chatter brought up, that internal pressure from the war cabinet that demands a response that directly strikes Iran could be part of the reason. No, I refuse. You cannot say escalation was not the objective when Israel bombed an embassy and attacked, doing ironically the most minimal casualty count. And now the response is to fire back, hoping there's no escalation. No, I think it's fucking stupid. I think Israel is that stupid to some degree. Or at least like they're communicating to Western media that they are that stupid. Because if they were genuinely worried that they would come across like fucking dumbasses, there wouldn't be a New York Times article today, literally with the headline, Israel didn't think killing Iranian generals in an embassy compound would be worthy of a missile strike retaliation from Iran. So even if they genuinely are that stupid or they're just presenting themselves as such, they are trying to communicate to the rest of the world that they are that fucking dumb. I personally think they're not that fucking dumb. I think that they do want to escalate the conflict and they're going to keep prodding and pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to warrant some kind of response from Iran. With the hopes that it will inevitably bring the United States of America into the conflict in a very meaningful way. Why aren't the Israeli officials claiming it? No, they did, I think. Also, I actually don't know. Didn't they? I thought they did. Bro, whatever. America already confirmed it. Who gives a shit if fucking Israel confirms it or not? You know what I mean? Like, America already confirmed it. That's it. That's all you need, bro. What do you mean Israel didn't confirm it? When does America even confirm Israeli actions? Sometimes Israel will be like, yeah, we did that shit. And America will be like, did they? So I'm sorry. But if America is confirming that Israel struck a target, I'm going to go with Israel definitely struck a target. But yes, tonight, the Nothing Ever Happensers have won once again. Although, like I said, things are happening all the fucking time. And the Nothing Ever Happensers are fucking delusional and stupid for saying nothing ever happens only because they live in fucking America. And these Amerifat pieces of shit only think something happens when their goddamn gasoline is fucking $5 extra per gallon. When they start paying European prices for gas, they're like, oh, something is happening. You stupid fucking diabetic piece of shits out here with the nothing ever happens nonsense. 40,000 motherfuckers are dead and motherfuckers still in the chat, including Weeby, going, nothing ever happens. No, things are happening all the fucking time. What do you think Iran's response will be? I don't think, I don't know. I'm not going to make a prediction on this. Judging by what they've done so far, they've been restrained. And like I said, depending on where you are living, you might even say too restrained to a fault even. So I think it's good that they're restrained, obviously, and we shall see what happens. But it is, once again, another very obvious Israel told fuck you to America moment. Yeah, the Israelis didn't and probably won't confirm themselves to help Iran avoid retaliation. They've also used quadcopters to hit Iranian targets in the past. In February 2022, they sent 6 to blow up a drone facility in Iran. Yeah, see, I told you. Israel has fucking struck Iran before, but it's more like it's always done in a way where it is an open secret. Finally, Barak is a source peeping. A senior U.S. official told me Israel conducted a strike in Iran tonight. He said that Israel notified the U.S. in advance. We were not surprised, the official said. Nice, man. I don't know. I don't think Iran would be openly stating that nothing happened and it was fucking bullshit and it was like a humiliating bitch-made attack if they were going to strike back.